Hello fellow YouTubers, Bear Prepper here. Today we're going to look at the retreat garden. It's the little moringa tree. Looks like it's finally establishing his roots. We'll see how it does over the winter. So there's the potato. Still doing good. And garlic. This is elephant. That's regular garlic. It's doing really good. Onions, they're doing okay. And down here, looks like we got one of the chromes coming up. Sweet. We have a tomato eater. Something is getting into the garden and eating tomatoes. Wonder what kind of critter it is. Probably a bunny. Getting in there and eating. Sweet potatoes, still going. These I planted from the sweet potato slips. So what I did was I took one sweet potato and I put it on my heat map and spritzed some water over it. And I got these, what you call slips. Once they start growing, they produce these little root shoots at the base. And you just snap them off and stick them in the ground. I don't think I have a video. If I do, I'll add it here. And it's 90 to 100 days for harvest. So we're only at 60 days. So let's see if we can hold off the frost for another 30 days at least. Green peppers. They're looking a little weary. Oh, here's one I missed. I like to take the red ones off while I'm here. Oh, we got a little damage there. Yeah, lots of little ones here, still to go. So we put some hay around them, try to keep them warm. See if we can keep green peppers going all year. I've done that before, so hopefully this year will be another one of those years. Peas, doing really good. Went ahead and put some hay around them because we've been getting some 40-degree temps. So, thought that would be a good idea. Pulled up all the tomatoes and turned the water off on them. And there's the garden. We got some deer in the orchard. They ate the neem, the mulberry, and 2 snow peaches. But the rest of it, they got the apricot a bit. But it's doing good. I'll take you over there now. So now let's go into the new part of the garden. My orchard. I had to buy a new solar panel. Not sure what happened to the other one. Stopped working. We'll see if this one lasts longer. It's a fence energizer. And it looks to be made a little sturdier. But, so we now have this one installed. I'm still going to tear apart the other one and see if I can figure out whether it was the battery that went or the solar panel. And we got the orchard in. Down there is a mulberry from G. Neem tree. Didn't get enough gator bags. That's 1 plum, 2 plums, 3 plum trees. And we have room for other trees in here. All on a drip. Got the fence up. It's electrified. Got the whole property fenced in. Keep those pesky dogs out. Apparently, deer like neem trees. Stripped that bad boy. Got a new sprout, so it's not dead. As long as we keep them off, where they can't keep coming back. Mulberry, same thing. Yep. If you can even see it, it's stripped. Plum, they got around the base. It's watering right now. So, I think they're all going to be okay. But we got the final 2 trees in. Let me show you those. The only reason we didn't put these in originally is because there was no room in the truck with all the other trees. So they got brought out this time. As you can see, fig tree wants to create figs again. So hopefully it'll be really happy here. Fig trees like to have their roots shaded. So as you can see, this is kind of a shady spot. One side will be hitting the sun in midday, and the other side won't. So hopefully that'll help its roots. Let's see if this bad boy takes off. This tree, the deer really went after. I guess they like golden sweet apricots. Like my little signs. Wood burning 101. But I think they're all going to be okay as long as we can keep the deer out. So let me show you what we had to do to keep the deer out. Tried this. It's just a secondary emergency measure. Don't think it's going to stop them at all, because we'd have to make them way too tall. Now, I started this project over 5 years ago. And I started with this one tree. It's my dwarf peach. 5 years it sat in a bucket pot out here, watered occasionally. And it's been waiting 5 years to find its home. So, hopefully, and it's not gotten any bigger in 5 years. So, hopefully now that it has some place to grow, it'll be fine. There was actually no root bound on it, which kind of surprised me. But as you can see, it looks really, really healthy. For the last 3-4 months, maybe 6 months, I've had it at the home base, taking care of it, trying to get it in shape to plant, so it wouldn't go through so much a shock. I think the angle of the solar panel and the amount of sunlight it actually gets is off, and I think that's why the deer were able to get in. So we are going to move this, but we're going to test it and make sure that it's putting out a high enough pulse to keep the deer out once we do. In the meantime, we temporarily have this one hooked up. It's electrical, which you know I don't like. But neighbor was kind enough to allow me to use some electricity just to keep the deer out. And it seems to be doing pretty good. We did have a deer in here last night. Really ticked me off. As you can see, the wire here is sloping down just a hair because he hit it. She hit it, excuse me. But let me show you a beautiful view. Hey folks, you know how they say peat pots are biodegradable? Don't believe a word they say. Normally I rip the covering off, but as you see, they're still in one piece, and they're all over. Every root has one. See, look at that, and see I ripped this one. But still, one root down the center, the rest of them all started above the peat pot. So, either don't use those, or rip the covering completely off. But I wanted to try it this year and see if maybe out here it would biodegrade. Now your tomatoes, like Bobby said, MHP Gardener, don't put them in your compost, burn them, and do not use the ash. At least I'm not using the ash. I don't want to reintroduce any diseases into my garden. So here's my asparagus seed. So far, and that's not even including what you see out there now. If you open one of these up, it's usually 5 or 6 seeds inside. And each one of those makes an asparagus root. So, got lots of nice asparagus seeds. Hopefully I'll get to share some, because my patch is doing really good. Some I'm going to save, because you just never know. You could get some sort of virus that wipes out your asparagus or disease, and to be able to replant without having to go buy them is something you need to plan for. So don't, you know, even if you want to be generous, make limits on that generosity. There, see, look at that. Lots of seeds. Very nice. Okay, so there's the harvest. Sink full. Beautiful, huh? Those are big Berthas. I know some of them look like little poblanos, but they're big Berthas. And what's really interesting what I found, the regular bell peppers do better in the fall. Yeah, I see bad spots on some of them. And the big Berthas do better in the heat of the summer. Because in the heat of the summer, they were like 3 times this size, 4 times this size. So, not bad. Definitely stick with several varieties. See, I've got some couple with bad spots on them. 3, I think. They have bad spots. And the rest are fine. Alright, and then the tomatoes. I went in and took down all the rest of the tomato plants. And I had some green and some red. So, nice bell pepper. And so, I need recipes, folks. I already made piccalilli. So, what else can I do with all these green tomatoes? I mean, it's a full bag of them. So, give me some ideas. Here is my most favorite view. You can see the orchard. Got a table under there, that's nice too. And the garden. Just sit back and look at all the hard work. Yep. That ground is some kind of rocky. But there we go. Orchard and garden. It's taken 2 years. 3 years, build the shed. So, started this project 5 years ago. You know, clearing the land had to come first, so that we had places to put things. And then the shed in order to store things, the garden in order to grow things, and the orchard to sustain ourselves. So, making great progress. And I'm just really pleased. Next year, I think we're going to focus on the little things, gutter systems, finishing the fence, get a little bit of about 100 foot that still isn't done, and just some general mending the soil if possible to get the garden growing a lot better next year. Putting some dirt out here so that we can grow the tobacco around the trees. So, it's going to take some more work, but it's going to be a lot of small stuff next year, so we'll see how that goes, and we'll keep you up to date on it. Blessings.